college that we went to was quite
Nige.
100%.
No, welcome to Niger. Oh my god.
Mom didn't give her the money, or even that, or she didn't have money to buy the makeup. She came to school and people actually thought she was ill.
Hi kings and queens, and welcome back to my channel. If you have not already, please check out my last video. It will be over my guest's face.
Oh.
And have a watch, comment, like, share, all that good stuff. If you have not already as well, click the subscribe button down below.
You better click it.
You're waiting.
Yeah, we'll give you 10 seconds.
Okay?
Thanks.
Okay. Today's video is going to be a dark skin makeup tutorial featuring my guest
Yvonne.
So we're going to be doing a dark skin makeup tutorial, and we are going to be talking about self-esteem. So let's get into the video. First of all, let me just give this disclaimer. I am not an MUA. I am not an MUA. But I just do my thing in it. So.
No, she's good. She's good. She's done my face a couple of times.
Would you like to introduce yourself to the peoples?
Okay, so my name is Yvonne.
Yes, what do you do?
Okay, so I am a programmer.
Black girl programmer. Get to know.
For people that don't know what that is, yeah, so I write code for a living. I also like support code that's already written. So yeah, that's what I do. I also sing. What else do I do? I sometimes rap. I beatbox, you know. I'm joking. I don't rap or beatbox. But yeah, that's what I do. Oh, you didn't pick me up when I said rap. Oh, my team. But yeah, that's me.
Okay. So, what does self-esteem mean to you?
Self-esteem means to me that like loving yourself and loving who you are, irrespective of any like, not in a rude way, adaptations. Just feeling comfortable in your skin, but not just comfortable, but being proud of the skin that you're in and how you are. I know it's not easy for girls, and guys as well, to like love who you are. I think everything outside tells us to change who we are, make it better, or like kind of like if you don't like it, find a way to fix it in that sense, rather than teaching you how to love it. So yeah, that's what self-esteem means to me, just loving who you are, loving how God has made you, and yeah, being proud of who you are.
So would you say that you've always had high self-esteem, like how you're showing the people that you have right now? Or what has been your journey with self-esteem?
No, so I think every girl goes through it. When I was secondary school.
Very good skin.
Thank you.
I always tell her this, but I might as well say it on camera.
Thanks. When I was in secondary school, I think for me, I just felt like I wanted to be something else. Like when I went to secondary school, being like African was like a bad thing. So like, I feel like being African was one thing. But yeah, being African in school was something that it was like a bad thing. And I feel like that also resulted in me feeling bad about where I'm from, and also like how I look. So I remember going to school and asking like the girls in my class like change, like even if it was my hair or like do anything to kind of make me look better. So I haven't always, I think self-esteem is something that you constantly have to remind yourself that you are good and you are beautiful and you are loved and stuff like that. So I think for me, having the self-esteem that I have now hasn't always been there. It's been a gradual process.
Yeah.
It hasn't always been easy. I always remember I went to a Hillsong camp, and the lady said to me, she said to her, like, it was like a girls' conference thingy, and she said, every time you wake up in the morning, look in the mirror and say, I am fearfully and wonderfully made, and I am beautiful. And I'm telling you, that was the most awkwardest thing to ever do. I remember coming back here and trying it, and like being in the house by myself, I was just like, what am I even doing? It was weird, but in all honesty, it did help, because I felt like when you tell yourself positive things, it's kind of like you start your day off telling yourself how good you are. And even when the world throws all the sticks and stones and the rocks that it wants to throw, sometimes because of what you've conditioned your mind to think before you start your day, it has a bigger like effect in your life than what everybody else says. So I think for me, I haven't always had the greatest self-esteem, and even sometimes now it is a battle. Comparison is a very big device of the enemy. But you know, as I said, if you continue to confess and like continue to like confess good things.
I think to your point, as you were saying about the whole secondary school thing is crazy, because I spoke about that in my last video. Okay. So like in school, light-skinned girls were seen as like the pride. That is very sad because every shade of black is beautiful.
Definitely.
So I think that the fact that it's like, oh, light-skinned girls were in and dark-skinned girls are now in, it's just really mess with your self-esteem if you're not well-grounded, and a lot of us unfortunately weren't when we went into school.
But do you think it's only limited to like young girls? The reason why I asked that question was an ad in Ghana that caused a lot of uproar, and it was because the person was creaming and it was a dark-skinned lady, and when she creamed she turned light-skinned. And I think
I need a product that I can really trust to restore my skin's natural fairness.
Nivea Natural Fairness Body Lotion, with an innovative formula containing unique berry extracts to visibly lighten and care for your skin.
Hello, you must be here to pick up your sister. Mommy? Wow, you have the most beautiful glowing skin.
Now I have visibly fairer skin, making me feel younger.
Nivea Natural Fairness Body Lotion for visibly fairer skin. Nivea.
Really?
Yeah. And it was
That's
I think it
mad.
caused a big uproar. Like obviously certain artists and celebrities were just like, this is wrong. And I feel like sometimes I think we limit like this kind of light skin, dark skin. I wouldn't call it a battle. It's not really a battle because you can't change the skin color. You can bleach, but we're not using that today, are we? But yeah, like I feel like it doesn't just happen to like younger women. I feel like it goes up into like adulthood as well if you're not careful. If it's not dealt with. But I think even like older generations also still deal with that. I think it's just a message that's been passed down. But I feel like, what do you think can be done to kind of show people, adults, young kids, you know, coming up in the world now, that no matter what shade you are, you should love and embrace it. There is nothing wrong with being light skinned, there is nothing wrong with being medium black, there's nothing wrong with being dark skinned. You know, how do you think we can go about like helping people?
I think as like young adults, we have a social responsibility to speak out more about these things. And I think my mindset is always that one day I'm going to be a mother, and what do I want my daughter or my son to think about themselves before they go out into the world? And for me, it's very important that you know that you are beautiful, whether you're the lightest shade of brown or the darkest shade of brown. I think for self-esteem, it goes deeper than just your skin color, but unfortunately as black people it does start with that. So I think what you said earlier about affirmations is really important. That even just speaking like I'm fearfully and wonderfully made, it does make a difference to how your mind grasps the concept of beauty, because the social norms that have been put in place are wrong. Unfortunately / fortunately, whichever one you want to choose out of the two, they are wrong. They're not supposed to be like that, where we're pitted against one another, or one look is valued higher than another look. That's not how God made us. We all have something that's beautiful on us, inside of us, around us, whatever, whether it's your personality, whether it's how you actually look, or whether it's down to the things that you say. And I think because we live in a society that's so fickle, we just hold self-esteem to be just associated with the outward appearance, which is wrong. It's not that. Because like I always used to say this when I was younger, which is looks fade. That was my mantra for college, right? And looks do fade. So after your looks, what's next? What else do you have?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. So I think definitely that's true. I think, as you said, like thinking about like obviously your future children and like how you would want them to feel. Like I feel like what I went through in secondary school and even through college as well. Do you know what I mean? Like I feel like I would never want my child.
College was mad.
College was crazy. Like I've never. Okay, the college that we went to was quite
Nige.
100%.
Yo, welcome to Niger. Oh my god.
But there's nothing wrong with that. But I just feel like from work, so the secondary school I went to, there was black people. If there wasn't more of one or the other, but when I went to college, I was surrounded by black people. I was just like,
that was baby Africa.
Oh my god, like yeah, literally. And it was all different people from different places, Ghana, Nigeria, wherever you name it, there were people there. And I just feel like it just became like competition zone. Like I've never felt like, I remember there was a dining area we used to go into. I hated it. Like yeah, like if I was to mention the area, I'm sure anyone that went to our college would be like, yeah, no, I went there. What, it's like, why would I go? Like literally, you walk in and you feel like people are just like,
it was judgment zone. It literally like
what shoes
is you wearing? What's the outfit? Yeah.
Literally, I remember avoiding there, and I was just like, oh my gosh. And obviously, back in college days, I'm gonna expose myself a little bit, but like, I used to like wear weave, but it wasn't thick bundles, you know. It was a bit with the wind, you know. So for me,
it was a bit.
So for me, walking in there, I was just like, okay, go in quickly. Like, if I could probably take off my weave and put it back on afterwards, I probably would do that, because I was just like, this is uncomfortable.
Oh my days.
But it was just like, as Jackie was saying, like I feel like when I have kids, I would let them know, look, everybody is going to be at different stages, whether you're in college or whatever. Everybody is growing up at a different stage. So you don't have to look like everybody else. You don't have to, you know, if a girl walks in and she's got skinny jeans and a crop top, it doesn't mean you have to dress like that to be liked or to be accepted. You know, it's if all you've got is a Primark t-shirt and jeans, not there's anything wrong with Primark, be happy with it. Do you know what I mean? You who you are is not based on like how you dressed or like, you know, or anything like that. It's more about your character, because there can be somebody who is in Primark clothing that is loved and appreciated and loves themselves and has a lot of confidence, and there's somebody who can be in Fendi and their attitude is sorry, it stinks. You know what I mean? And you know what, it doesn't, people might just be like, oh yeah, her dress sense is lovely, but once you get past that, your inner being is what people are attracted. For me, I know that I don't keep friends because of how I dress. Do you know what I mean? I keep friends because of how I am and how my parents have raised me to be. And I think that's more important. And that's what, it's difficult, because I feel like you don't see the inside. Like we can't just open up our chest and people see the inside of us. You know what I mean? Like obviously how you dress and how you look, people see that. First impressions are the most important. Yeah, like those kind of things are important, but you also need to, like, as much as you put effort into your outward, put effort into your inward, because don't neglect it, because as I said before, you can have a beautiful outward and a stinky, dirty rubbish inside. Yeah, you're gonna carry that into your adulthood. So I think that's just something important. Like, yeah, like definitely work on both areas of your life.
I think what I find so crazy about what Yvonne is saying is that when I was in college, it was like an extension of secondary school. We were just so carefree. But Yvonne is younger than me. So when her year came, that's when the image thing started. Everything was about image. So I think for her, that narrative is more ingrained
100%
into her like year group or whatever you want to call it. It is kind of crazy that it is like that, but I think you have made some very valid points. It is more about the inside, because if you are a person and you don't have substance but you look good on the outside, or you value yourself based off of how you dress, it's fickle. I watched this guy on YouTube, I'm not going to name him, but he was getting a hair transplant any of my friends watching this, you know who I'm talking about because I've spoken about this guy to you. And he was like, he doesn't really believe that the opinions of others don't matter. And I was so shocked to hear a 25-year-old man with a child say something like that. Like, are you well? Is your brain working? The opinions of others don't matter. It doesn't matter whether you're in entertainment or wherever you think that you are. It doesn't matter what other people think of you. It matters what you think of you, because that will translate in your relationships and how you communicate with others.
Yeah.
But if you believe that the opinions of others matter, you will die at their criticisms.
Yeah, 100%.
So,
but do you think you can blame him? Because I'm not gonna lie to you. And you guys be honest. How many times have you gone on your Instagram, and seen a comment or seen something that somebody else has done, and you're just like, like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've taken social media, what's that thing? Distances, hiatus. Because sometimes you go on there, and literally you've gone on there with your mood was happy. You've gone on there, and now you are sad because you feel like everybody else is living life. You know, like, I'm not being bad. Hair transplant is a serious step to take. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because there are beautiful bald men out there. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing wrong if your hair is going. We're going to ignore you in this moment. But everybody got their preference in it. If my partner was bald, I don't know how I'd feel. However, there's some people that baldness suits them. So it's like, if it suits you, why? But because people are just like, oh yeah, how many waves, how much waves? It's the same thing that when girls say, can you see my lace? But we can see your lace. It's the same thing.
it's there.
It's the same thing. Do you know what I mean? It's like our social media world, everything tells us how we should love, why we should love, and what way we should be loved. Do you get what I'm trying to say? It's like, oh my gosh, if this guy doesn't have waves, like, is he really nice? Is he nice looking? If he don't have a beard, and so if he doesn't have a beard, like, I'm not saying that your preference is wrong. There are some ladies that for them a beard really does it for them. You know what? If your guy has a beard, we bless God for that. But if he doesn't, and you love his character, that shouldn't be a thing where he now feels pressure to go and take hair from, I don't know where they take it from, and put it on his face. For what? For what? So that he can look good in pictures? Nah, I'm not in it. So I don't know if you can blame people that do it now, because the pressures of this world is so much, and the pressures of social media, like, you actually forget that social media is the world you make it. It's the people you follow. It's the things you like. It's actually everything that you make up.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, people forget that. If this person keeps coming on your Instagram, and every time they come on, you start to compare yourself, for me, I want to unfollow them. I want to unfollow them and work on myself, because technically they're not doing anything good to you. So you need that time. And if that means unfollowing them while you work on yourself, I don't think you should have any problem with it, even if it is your best friend, because
it's true.
It is what it is. Do you know what I mean?
If they're toxic, then yeah, you definitely have to unfollow them. I agree with that. But I think that, like what I said initially, it's important for you to have that training from when you're young. And if you don't have it when you're young, you need to affirm it as an adult. You can't just carry on believing that, in this case, that the opinions of others are important. Like, that is just so mad to me, because whether we like it or not, we still have to exist in this social media world. Do you know what I mean? So I understand the taking the whole hiatus thing, but if I'm completely honest, I don't do that. I don't, like, it's not my reality. I may not go on the app, but like, I don't have to go to like extremes and like delete it and stuff like that. But if that's the way that you deal with certain things, I think that's absolutely fine. But it's important for you to go in strong, because at the end of the day, Instagram is just a place where you can promote what you're about. Yes, be strategic about the people that you follow, so that you're not following anything that's negative or harmful to yourself. But ultimately, it's supposed to be fun. When I started Instagram in like 2013, if you saw the pictures, Jesus,
talk to me about my pictures too.
I mean, I don't even know if I should link at Instagram, because wow.
No, but it's further. Don't go further down the page. Don't go further down the page. No, but obviously, but the thing is, you know what? For me, the reason why, when she's always like on my case about my pictures, I'm not really a picture person. Like, I'm not. You know that. Like, for me to take a picture, it takes a while. But I feel like those pictures, and looking back at those pictures, let me know how much I've grown. And I actually like them there. Like I know you always told me, oh Yvonne, you know, clear it down now that you know you're singing more, and like
she's an artist. When you guys see those pictures, don't go and delete them either.
No, wait, to be honest with you, obviously when I took that picture I was feeling myself because
Yes. Well, kings and queens, that's it for part 1. Come back for part 2.